It's Wednesday, it's time for the Word of the Week, and our Word of the Week this week is WWotW, which means I taste. And it's tempting to look at this word and want to read it guomai, but epsilon upsilon does not form a natural diphthong. So WWotW is our Word of the Week, and it means to taste, and it's primarily the literal act of tasting something. And we're going to look at two examples of it being literal tasting. The first up is in John chapter 2, verse 9. This is from the ESV with the Koine supplied. This is the wedding at Cana, by the way. When the master of the feast tasted, and tasted is exegesis, the water now become wine, he did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. The master of the feast called the bridegroom. And afterward he says, most people start out with the good wine, and after people have been drinking for a while, it slides down to the worst stuff. But here you save the best stuff for last. How does he know it's best? Because he's conducted a taste test. So there we had our word of the week, exegesis, which is an aorist form verb from WWotW. So let's carry on and take a look at a second example. This is Matthew 24:34. Christ on the cross being offered drugged wine as a mercy to those who were being executed. They offered him wine to drink mixed with gall, but when he tasted it, he would not drink it. And tasted it here is geusamenos, and this is a participle, and we should translate this as after tasting it. After tasting it, he would not drink it. This is what's called an adverbial participle of antecedent time. Why does this matter? Because what we're being told is that the action of the main verb, in this case, he did not drink it, he would not drink it, is preceded by the action of the participle. In other words, first the participle happened, he tasted it, and after tasting it, he said, I'm not going to drink that. Because by tasting it, he recognized this wasn't just wine or vinegar. This has been drugged, and he is going to embrace the full suffering of the wages of sin upon himself. So the adverbial participle of antecedent time is a significant grammatical issue that tells us that this action happened first before this other action. So the main verb, he would not drink it, is preceded by after tasting it. After tasting it, I taste in this that this is not just wine or vinegar. I'm not drinking this. The adverbial participle of antecedent time, keep that in mind. Let's go and look at an example of WWotW as a synonym for eating, and this is in Acts chapter 20, verse 11. And when Paul had gone up and had broken bread and eaten, he conversed with them a long while until daybreak, and so departed. So, and eaten here is once again, just like it was in Matthew, geusamenos. It's the same participle, and it is again an adverbial participle of antecedent time. Why? Because it was after eating, after breaking bread and after eating, that he conversed with them for a long time. So same as the cross, after the eating, that's when the long conversation into the night went. Next, we're going to see our word of the week in a set of purity rules. So this is in Colossians chapter 2, verse 21. Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. So Paul here is critically referring to basic rules of purity that are going to keep you from defiling yourself. Don't handle that, don't taste that, don't touch that. Stay away from those things and you'll be safe. And in Colossians, he's arguing for sort of a higher rule that will keep you more safe than living in a minefield and making sure you're scared of everything around you. But I put the Greek underneath this because the construction is interesting. Mehapse, haptics, touch, right? When you feel something, it's haptics. Mehapse, do not handle. Mede geuse, neither taste, mede figes, nor touch. So do not handle, neither taste nor touch. It's a more sort of Koine way of expressing don't handle, don't taste, don't touch. Finally, we're going to look at a figurative use of our word of the week. This is in 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. The occurrence is actually in verse 3, but verse 2 gives us context. Like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good. And you have tasted here is exegesis, and it's again an aorist tense form of the verb in the second person plural, you tasted. So if you have tasted that the Lord is good, then you know you should long for pure spiritual milk so that you can continue to grow. If you had a taste and you found that it was good, you should want more of that in order to nourish yourselves spiritually and grow. Like the old saying goes, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. If you've tasted and that's how you know that it's good, you should want more, right? Just like on the cross, Jesus tasted and said, this is not fit for what I'm doing on the cross, numbing my senses and not experiencing the fullness of separation from God on behalf of the sinners that I'm here to represent and take on their sin. It wouldn't be good. This is not good pudding because I taste a narcotic in it. Here, Peter says, if you've tasted and you know that the pudding is good by virtue of having tasted it, drink in more of that spiritual milk. So, WWotW, I taste, is our word of the week. Great stuff. Hope it was good for you. If it was, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, leave me feedback in the comments. And until next time, Karas Kai Rene Humin, grace and peace to you.